All right, great. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this track. I'm really happy you've all joined here. So I'm just going to read through Sachin's bio really quick. So we have a Google developer expert who's a founding team member and chief technology officer at Tap Tapple or Life.
Tupelo Life,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure he'll tell Triple Life. Thank you. He'll tell us a little bit more about that, which is our connected health company. He's the head of GDG Doha, speaker, writer, blogger, mentor, and YouTuber. He developed an early fascination for technology, and since then, he has always been on a quest to learn, share, and innovate. He loves to share the experiences and learnings of the products and services with the community to inspire them to build a better future. He has a vast experience in voice computing, AR, VR, machine learning, cloud, IoT, mobile, web, and more. Wow, that's a lot. So he has also has experience building solutions for the healthcare industry and responsible for building and providing a national hypertension program in the United States. Recognized as an expert in technology and leadership, invited by world-class institutes and startup accelerators to participate in public lectures, mentorship, and training. Wow, Sachin, that is such a good bio. I'm really looking forward to your talk. So, without
Thanks a
any
lot.
further
Thanks a lot.
ado, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You can take over.
So, first of all, thank you all for inviting me to DevFest 2020. I've been so eager for this specific talk as such because I love the community and I want to make sure that there's maximum impact in the products that we actually build. So, with that being said, what we'll start is for today's session, we are gonna tackle augmented reality. So, we are gonna build multi-platform applications or augmented reality applications using AR Core and Unity. So just a very quick introduction about myself. I know that the team did an excellent job at going through the entire bio. My name is Sachin. I'm a Google developer expert, especially for the Google Assistant. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Tupelo Life. I also head the Google developer groups in Doha. And as you heard, I do write a lot of tech articles, and I'm also available in Twitter. So feel free to connect with me in Twitter. I'll be more than happy to see what you guys build. And finally, coming back to Medium, if you are someone who enjoys reading articles on Medium, my Medium links are also there. And probably I can share the slides later on with you all so that you can get access to all of this. And speaking of which, the last one is the YouTube channel. So I've recently started a YouTube channel as well with the whole pandemic situation. I know that before we used to go travel and meet people, but with the whole situation, the YouTube channel was a way to kind of communicate and connect with all of you. So it's called Tech with Such. So if you go to youtube.com/Tech with Such, you will see all the videos that I've uploaded. I've just started probably around like 10 videos. I also do live stream sessions on a weekly basis. So make sure that you guys actually subscribe to the channel. We'll be sharing the links in the comment section as well. So with that being said, all the links are provided in the comment section. Let's actually dive deep into augmented reality. So for today's session, we are just going to see how we can build multi-platform augmented reality applications from scratch. Okay, so if you're new to augmented reality, do not worry. As I mentioned, everything that we are going to do today or experience is available on the channel. So I'll give you the link to the exact video that I'm talking about, and we'll have that entire experience step by step, right from installation to setting up your environment to actually building it and seeing it directly onto your phone. Everything is covered, so do not worry about that. So today is more about how we can kind of take what are the steps that's involved and see how you can build augmented reality applications and why that is important. So what is augmented reality, right? So augmented reality or AR is an interactive experience of the real world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced or augmented by computer generated information. So think about this, a typical environment, this is our real world space, how we can kind of put, let's say, any kind of computer generated graphics or images or 2D or 3D models on top of it to enhance the overall experience. That is simply what is called augmented reality. It can be through multiple modalities like sensory modalities, visual, including visual, auditory, and haptic, etc. So if you have any comments or queries, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer that. So we'll just understood what is augmented reality. So let's understand what is mixed reality. So you would kind of see a lot of this word coming up online, which is mixed reality. So this is kind of taking augmented reality to the next step, which is mixed reality is a merging of real and virtual worlds to produce new environments and visualizations where the physical and the digital objects coexist and interact in real time. So think about it in this manner. The wall behind me, you can actually display specific generated images or graphs or videos, anything on the wall. So you're kind of blending both the physical as well as the virtual reality together, or augmented reality together. So that's basically what mixed reality is. And now let's actually shift to what Google is trying to do from an augmented reality space, right? So AR Core is Google's platform for building augmented reality experiences. So using different APIs, AR Core enables your phone to sense its environment, understand the world, and interact with the information. So think about this. AR Core is the platform that's by Google. If you're planning to build augmented reality applications for, let's say, Android, you can do that, use AR Core. And also keep in mind, AR Core is also available and it supports iOS applications as well. Okay. So moving on, let's understand some core concepts. Again, I just want to be cognizant of time. All of this, once we understand the basic fundamentals, I will quickly start showing you guys demos and how we can kind of work around it. So motion tracking. So in this case, you can see that motion tracking allows the phone to understand and track its position relative to the world. So think about this as you're using your phone, right? As you're using your phone, as you're moving around, the motion tracking is responsible for how to identify which are the points that's there and kind of identify, okay, this is the surface, this was the point, this is where I need to keep track of. So let's say in the beginning, when I started working with augmented reality applications way back, I'm talking about something around 2011, you had the ability to just scan images and have augmented reality applications pop up over there. But the moment you quickly come back and see that place, it doesn't actually stay there. As long as there is something to track, it will have. But with motion tracking, now once you place an object on a specific place, let's say we are placing something on that part of the environment, and if I move around and come back to that same space, it will still keep track of that. And next one is environmental understanding. So environmental understanding allows the phone to detect the size and location of all types of surfaces. So think about in our real world environment, we have both different kinds of surfaces, horizontal, vertical, in different shapes. So it's important that we kind of identify where to even place the objects. So first, we need to understand the environments. So it will automatically track the surface, whether it's horizontal or vertical, and kind of then have these objects placed on top of it. And the last thing, which is pretty cool, is light estimation. So in order to make your augmented reality models look more realistic, light estimation plays a major role. So think about it. When I used to build long back, you can actually import a 3D model and show it on the environment. But the moment you turn off the lights, it just just shows as if like the same model is in the same lighting condition. So it doesn't actually react to the lightings in the environment. But with the light estimation, it actually reacts to the light around the environment. And then you can actually see that your 3D model also has that shadow effect when the light is on and off, which actually makes a huge impact in terms of blending it with the reality. So I think we kind of touched upon all this. So this is a quick example of motion tracking, allows the phone to understand and track its position relative to the world. Environmental understanding is, again, identifying whether it's the surfaces. You have your horizontal and vertical surfaces and angle surfaces, etc. And we're looking at depth. So this is another cool thing that was recently released by Google is Depth API. How can you actually use the Depth API to understand objects and place your 3D models? So in this case, you can see using the Depth API, you can actually keep an object behind the table, okay, or in this case, a box, and it will automatically kind of overlay on top of each other. So in this case, this was used to be without Depth API, and this is using Depth API. So it's more realistic. So if you have a 3D model behind my chair, you shouldn't be able to see it because it's behind my chair. In the old ways, without using Depth API, you would still see the 3D model on top of my chair. So these are some of the examples of using Depth API. Okay, so depth map uses depth from motion algorithm to create depth maps. Okay, again, you need to have a depth sensor in your cameras and for the Depth API to work. So depth is provided for scenes between 0 to 8 meters. Optimal depth accuracy is achieved between 0.5 meters and 5 meters from the camera. So let's talk about Unity AR Foundation. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section, and then I'll be more than happy to interact with all of you. Now, speaking of AR Foundation, the reason why I wanted to bring in here, with AR Core alone, it's possible for you to build applications on Android and iOS using the native code. But what does Unity bring in, which actually changes the whole picture? So AR Foundation is a framework purpose-built for augmented reality development that allows you to build rich experiences once and then deploy across multiple mobile and wearable devices. So think about this. You have the ability to kind of build once and then kind of automatically apply it to both Android, iOS, and even more like Magic Leap, HoloLens. You have different augmented reality devices which support augmented reality. So you can actually use and build it once, and then it will automatically transfer to different, you can automatically port it to different operating systems. So what's the best way to learn AR? So the best way to learn AR is actually through AR. So let me actually show you how this is done. So if I could connect my phone, and hopefully you guys could see what's exactly happening in my phone as well. So I hope you guys can see my screen at this point. So I'm just going to search for AR core elements. So I would highly encourage that you guys actually try this one out. Okay. So this is actually my studio room. I'm actually going to show what's exactly. So as you can see, as I move around, you can actually see different sizes and how the AR application is reacting. So I'm just going to place it there. And everything that you need to understand about augmented reality the concepts and how to design augmented reality applications are already available through the app itself. So this is AR Elements by Google. So let's say if I want to understand about user environment, I can click on it. And then let's say if I click one of these options, you can see how the characters and other 3D models appear. So ambient light makes objects look more realistic. So you can see how it's kind of staying in place. Even if I go outside and come back to that place, it's keeping its position relative to where it was. And then this is an example, classic example of light estimation. So if you turn off the lights, it will basically behave. So the entire city becomes like a night mode. So it goes into like a night mode. Since we don't have enough light, it's broad daylight over here. I cannot show that, but you guys can definitely try this out. And finally, here's an example where you can actually build shared experiences using cloud anchors. So you have the way for you and your friend to actually interact with using augmented reality through your phones. So let's say if you want to actually play a game, you can. And if I actually go in near around it, I can still see all of these characters. See here, you can see that you have two characters actually playing a chess game, right? So it's pretty cool. And you can see all of this is happening within the environment. And again, this application is one of the best ways for you to understand different things. So we just learned about user environment. You also have user movement. So I'm not going to go this in detail because we have a lot more to cover. But this is a classic example of how. So you can see that you have, while designing applications, you don't allow the user to go back. You shouldn't do that because sometimes they might trip and fall. So here is a classic example. When you're placing objects, you need to place objects directly a little bit in front of them so that it's automatically available to them during the view. So those are some classic examples of it. The next one that I would like to show is depth. So let me open up the one. So this is depth lab. So we discussed about, so let me see if I can make this full screen. So we discussed about the depth API. So here you can see, as I move my phone around different surfaces, it's automatically identifying that's a vertical surface, this is horizontal, and it automatically behaves to that scenario, right? So over here, what I'm going to do is look at depth map API. So again, here you can see that based on the different objects, so this is like a sofa over here, based on different objects, it will automatically map the 3D thing. And this is actually a pretty cool demo, which is the color balloons. So let's say if I want to splash some colors on the wall, I just have to like click on it. And you'll actually experience that as well. So if it's on a horizontal surface, hopefully it will have a different, you'll have a different experience. So this looks more realistic because if you actually show this to someone, you would actually feel that, they have actually splashed something on the your environment. And this goes with everything. So let's say even on the sofa, you can see how it's behaving based on different surfaces. Now, we have a lot more to do, a lot more demos to show, but here's one which is called the avatar. So avatar is a character. Let me actually switch back to okay, let me do this again. Okay, So here we have the avatar so that you guys can see exactly what's happening. So as you place the avatar in different places, it will move there, right? So if I move here and ask him to go there, it will automatically move to that specific place. You can see that the avatar will move to a specific location. Okay. So again, these are some of the different demos that you guys can try out. And again, the idea is as much as possible, the best way to actually learn AR is using those two applications to understand what are the different capabilities that's available for you. With that being said, we have 10 minutes left. What I would like to do is actually show you how this is done, right? So that's the best way to actually learn. So what you need to do is go to unity.com, and download the latest version of Unity. And there's two things to keep in mind. One, you have the Unity editor, and second, you have Unity Hub. So what is Unity Hub? I would say make sure that you download Unity Hub first. And based on Unity Hub, what Unity Hub does is, depending on different projects that let's say you're creating a new project and you want a specific version. So Unity has different versions. So these are all the different versions that you see, right? So based on the latest stable release that Unity has for a specific project, you can choose that specific Unity version. And you also have target platform. So let's say if you want to target for Android or web or any other platforms, you can actually do that. So here in this case, I'm just going to choose the current platform is already Android. So I don't need to do anything in regards to that. And once you open up a project or create a new project, that's all. So in the video that's there in the YouTube channel, all these steps are mentioned, so you guys don't have to worry about it. But the idea is Unity Hub allows you to actually maintain. So what happens is when there's a new update, you pretty much forget there might be some dependency issues that you'll face. So it's always good to actually use the version that you have selected and then kind of build and deploy your application. So I'm just going to go. So this is AR Foundation Sample Masters project that's available from Unity. So I just opened this up and just did some few modifications, and I'll show you exactly what's done in that. So while we have that up and running, yes. So this is what the Unity editor will look like. I know for beginners who are starting with this, it might be a little overwhelming. Don't get worried about it. This is very simple concepts over here. I'll just give a high-level overview. Everything that you see over here is related to the project and the hierarchy. So hierarchy is basically like, think about everything that you see over here is a game object. And within the game object, you have other objects or game objects put inside. Okay. So when you open up this project for the first time, there are some configuration settings that you guys need to follow as part of the package manager. Make sure AR Core and AR Foundation packages are installed. All of that is again mentioned in the video. But I just wanted to make sure that once you're in the scenes, so this is the project folder of view, you get all the materials, all the prefabs, all of those things available over here. So in this case, I'm just going to click on scenes, and you can see that you have different kinds of projects. If you want to see what a simple AR application would look like, you can actually go to this and you can double click on this. When you double click on this, you can see that the hierarchy automatically loaded all the game objects for the scene. So this is called a scene. So you have the scene, game, and you also have asset store. So if you're thinking of downloading some cool 3D models, you can either buy them or download the free version and then show it over here. Okay, so with the scene view selected, the way how simple AR application is to, all you need to have is this AR session object, which is automatically provided by Unity and AR Foundation package, the AR session origin. So you can see when I click on each of those, there are certain scripts associated with it. So these are just codes or scripts that's automatically added. You don't have to worry anything about this. All you need to take care is, what is the object that I need to place, right? So here's a AR session object that actually has a lot of scripts. So this is the one which is responsible for identifying the plane, which is the plane manager. The point clouds are, you'll start seeing the small dots when you scan the environment. So those are the point clouds. And then place on plane. So what do you want to place? So here you can see by default, a cube is selected. I'm just going to put a circle over here, just so that you can even have 3D models. You can see that I have some models and animations that you can do as well. So with that selected, all I have to do is go to build settings, make sure that your platform is Android, okay? And on the scenes in build, so this is what you need to choose when you actually need to have which scene to load in. So here we have chosen simple AR. I'm just going to choose that specific scene over here, and I'm going to build and run. So I'm going to just give it a name for my Android application. And this is going to actually go ahead and build this entire experience for you. So this will take some time to build the whole thing. You need to also download Android packages and dependencies. All of that, again, is mentioned in the YouTube channel. So make sure you guys subscribe to that. And I'm really looking forward to see what you guys build. So you have my Twitter tags right now. Make sure that you hit me on Twitter. See what you guys build using AR and augmented reality. I'll be more than happy to share it with the rest. So now this is actually deploying the exact application that we just did into my phone. And we'll see how that application behaves. Now, some of the other points while this is actually building, some of the other things that I would like to discuss about is, let's go back to the slides. And we have our application already loaded. So let's have a look at it. So again, we have, so this is the setup that you guys, this is what I see. If I come back over here, you can see it's automatically identifying the point clouds, right? So the point clouds and the plane, it's automatically identifying. So all I have to do is click on it, and you can see how it is changing its place based on where I place. So that's a simple example. So the next one that I would like to do is, I know we are all excited about augmented faces, so I would like to showcase that. So all of these examples are available here. You can actually go and click on each scene, and just the way how I did, build and deploy it. So I'm just gonna go directly over here in build settings. I'm gonna choose face mesh. Okay, so once this is done, this will again deploy and build the entire application based on that. And here what I've done is, for my face, I've just chosen a different image that can overlay on top of my face. So I don't know how well it will do with the whole beard situation, but let's just actually give it a shot. So while we actually have that building, It's almost done. It's copying the application onto the phone. So I have the application already built. So here you can see that I've chosen like a weird image, but as I move my mouth, talk, or have any kind of expressions, you'll actually see it's keeping its points, anchor points related to my face and my movements. Okay, so with that, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this session. I wanted to actually show you a lot more, and a lot more is actually available in all of my resources and tech articles and my YouTube channel. I would like to also thank the organizing team for actually having me today to go through this awesome session where we talk about augmented reality. And with that, I would like to end today's talk. And for all the other people who want to learn more, I also do tutorials on Google Assistant, AR, VR, machine learning, cloud, mobile, and web. And I'm also planning, I've already started live streams every week. So I would be more than happy to have you all on the channel so that we can continue this conversation moving forward. With that, let's connect on social media. Here are all the links, and the links are also provided in the comment section. Thank you all for today's session, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Sachin. That was an amazing session. I believe we have learned so much, and we will go
Thank you so much, Asha.
your YouTube channel and advise people to follow and read your blogs. I haven't seen any questions. If you have any questions for Sachin, it will be the time for you to shoot on the comment section or also on the Discord.
Yeah, feel
ML
free
IoT
to
chat.
leave the comments. If you want to connect with me later on, you can actually do that via Twitter as well. So send me a direct message in Twitter. And if you have any questions or doubts, I'll be more than happy to help in my capacity.
Great. Thank you so much, Sachin.
Thank you so much.
So from here, we're going to have a lunch break and then we'll be back at 2 for another session. Thank you everyone for joining and have a nice weekend. Thank you so much, Sachin. Once more.
Thank you all. Bye. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.